If you have ever found yourself feeling anxious, rushed, or even disappointed because things ended sooner than you expected, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. Many men silently struggle with performance timing, yet very few understand that this issue is not just physical. It is deeply connected to the brain, hormones, and daily habits that shape your body's responses. What most people never realize is that your level of control begins long before intimacy even starts, often hours or even days earlier, through the way you manage your energy, your stress, and your awareness of your own body. Research in human physiology shows that arousal is not a simple on-off switch, but rather a gradual build-up controlled by the nervous system, particularly the balance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. When stress is high, or when your mind is overly stimulated, your body tends to rush toward release because it's operating in a heightened state, almost like pressing the accelerator too hard without knowing how to ease into a steady pace. This is where preparation becomes powerful, and this is exactly the kind of insight that experts like Dr. Mohit Khera often emphasize when discussing male performance and health, highlighting that control is something you train, not something you are simply born with. One of the most practical steps you can take is learning to slow down your baseline level of arousal throughout the day. And this begins with something as simple as your breathing. Deep, controlled breathing helps activate the parasympathetic system, which calms your body and gives you more control over physical responses. Another overlooked factor is your exposure to constant stimulation, especially through digital content, which can desensitize your brain and make real-life experiences harder to regulate. Reducing overstimulation allows your brain to respond more naturally and gives you a stronger sense of timing. Physical health also plays a major role, because cardiovascular fitness improves blood flow and endurance, while regular exercise helps regulate hormones like testosterone and cortisol, both of which influence performance. Even your diet contributes, as foods rich in zinc, magnesium, and healthy fats support hormonal balance and nerve function. But perhaps the most important shift is mental, learning to move away from performance pressure and toward awareness. When your focus is entirely on the outcome, your body tends to rush. But when you shift your attention to the present moment, you naturally slow down and gain better control. This is not about perfection, it is about progress, an understanding that small, consistent changes in your routine can lead to significant improvements over time. As you begin to understand that control is something you can build, there is a deeper layer that most people never talk about. And this is where things start to become truly interesting. Because what you do in the final moments before intimacy can dramatically change your entire experience. Many men unknowingly enter situations already overstimulated, carrying mental tension, visual triggers, and elevated heart rates that push the body closer to the edge before anything even begins. And this creates a hidden countdown that is already ticking. Scientific studies on arousal patterns reveal that once you cross a certain threshold, often referred to as the point of inevitability, your ability to delay release drops significantly, which means the real skill is not just control during the act, but control before you even get there. This is where preparation techniques become powerful tools rather than optional habits. And this is exactly the kind of mindset shift that experts like Dr. Mohit Khera encourage, focusing on awareness and intentional behavior rather than quick fixes. One highly effective strategy is learning to recognize your arousal scale, mentally rating your level of stimulation from 1 to 10, and training yourself to stay in the mid-range rather than constantly pushing toward the peak. When you can identify when you're at a 6 or a 7, you gain the ability to pause, breathe, and reset before things escalate too quickly. Another practical method is controlled pacing, which means intentionally slowing your movements and creating natural breaks, allowing your body to recalibrate instead of continuously building intensity. This approach is supported by neurological research, showing that brief pauses help reduce overstimulation and give the brain time to regain control over reflexive responses. There is also a surprising factor that many overlook, and that is the role of anticipation and imagination, because your thoughts alone can accelerate your body's reactions even before physical contact intensifies. If your mind is racing ahead, your body will follow. And this is why mindfulness becomes a powerful skill, helping you stay grounded in the present moment, rather than getting carried away by expectation. But here is where the suspense builds, because even with all these techniques, there is one critical mistake that can undo everything, and most men continue to repeat it without realizing the impact it has on their performance and confidence. This mistake is relying solely on willpower in the moment, expecting that you can suddenly control something you have not trained consistently, which often leads to frustration and reinforces the very pattern you are trying to change. The truth is that lasting improvement does not come from last-minute effort, but from building a system of habits that prepare your body and mind long before the situation arises. And once you understand this, everything begins to shift in a way that feels natural and sustainable. By now, you can see that real control is not about forcing your body to behave differently in a single moment, but about building a lifestyle that naturally supports better timing, stronger awareness, and greater confidence. And this is where everything begins to come together in a way that feels both practical and empowering. When you start aligning your daily habits with your goals, your body responds in ways that feel almost automatic, reducing the pressure you once felt and replacing it with a steady sense of control that grows over time. One of the most important habits to develop is consistency in physical activity, because regular exercise improves circulation, strengthens endurance, and stabilizes hormone levels, all of which directly impact performance. Strength training and cardiovascular workouts both play a role, but even something as simple as a daily brisk walk can improve blood flow and reduce stress, creating a calmer baseline for your body. Sleep is another critical factor that cannot be ignored, as poor sleep disrupts testosterone production and increases cortisol, leading to heightened sensitivity and reduced control, while quality sleep restores balance and sharpens your mental focus. Nutrition also supports this process, especially when you include whole foods, rich in essential nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, lean proteins and antioxidants, which help maintain nerve health and energy levels. Hydration, although often overlooked, ensures that your body functions efficiently and prevents fatigue that can interfere with your ability to stay present and aware. Beyond the physical aspects, your mindset becomes the foundation that holds everything together. And this is where many people experience the most powerful transformation. Instead of approaching intimacy with fear or urgency, you begin to approach it with curiosity and calmness, allowing your body to respond at a more natural pace. This mental shift reduces performance anxiety, which is one of the leading causes of rushed responses, and replaces it with confidence built on preparation and understanding. Dr. Mohit Khera often emphasizes that confidence is not something you wait for, but something you create through knowledge, discipline, and self-awareness. And when you apply this philosophy to your daily life, you begin to notice improvements not just in one area, but across your overall well-being. The key is to remember that progress takes time, and every small step you take is moving you in the right direction, even if the results are not immediate. When you stay committed to these changes, you are not just improving one aspect of your life, you are building a stronger, healthier version of yourself that carries confidence into every situation. If you're benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.